Okay, I am a week away from going elk hunting with some family and friends, and it got me thinking a lot about hunting and marriage. So, every fall, men all over the country pack up their trucks, they zero in their rifles, and they head out into the wild. And many of us call it a reset, a spiritual retreat where you feel closer to God, a chance to breathe away from the chaos of the world. And I get it because I do it too. Obviously, I'm leaving in a week, but um, and I love the silence of the woods, the surge of excitement when a buck steps into view, the sense of being small under, a wide and open sky. But I've come to wonder, at what point does the thing that brings us peace start to rob it from the people that we love the most? Is hunting, this good, sacred pursuit, quietly wounding our marriages? Now, stick with me because this isn't a rant against hunting, obviously. It's just a call to evaluate whether we are doing it with wisdom. I want to say this clearly. I am all for men having hobbies, and we need these outlets. We need challenge, we need renewal, but we also need order. The average hunter spends 18 days a year in the field. Deer hunters spend an average of around 20 days. Now, that sounds reasonable until you evaluate the part of the story that those numbers aren't telling. And there's so much that goes into hunting. I mean, there's prep days and travel days and scouting weekends, late nights packing gear, early mornings that we often start well before dawn when our family is still sleeping. You might be physically gone for 3 weeks, but the mental absence often has a much broader impact. And you'll talk to any serious hunter beyond the kind of average Joe, and they'll tell you that it's not 20 days, it's 30, maybe 40. It's sometimes 50 for the most avid hunters. And the calendar doesn't flex, right? Because it's hunting. Deer archery season can run 80 to 90 days. Rifle seasons, they're around 37 days. And every tag has this window. You don't go when it's convenient, you go when it's open, which means family life, birthdays, school events, and anniversaries all become these variables to negotiate around. And then there's the financial cost. The average hunter spends $1,800 a year on licenses, gear, fuel, lodging. And for some, that's closer to $5,000 once you add optics, bows, new rifles, out of state tags. It keeps going. Now, none of this is wrong, but every hour and dollar that we invest in the field is something our family doesn't get from us. And that is the hidden price tag of hobbies that we need to explore with wisdom. And when we're gone, she's left holding down the fort every time. And our wives, they already shoulder the logistics, the emotions, the invisible weight of daily life. And when we come back and we often are returning empty, things are just not great. We're physically home, but we're mentally absent. We're resting our bodies, we're scrolling, napping, or some guys are already planning the next trip. And meanwhile, she is quietly wondering if the wilderness gets the best of her man's heart and not her. And just because your wife says she's fine doesn't mean that it's wisdom for your marriage. Fine often means she's adapted, and adaptation is not the same thing as unity. Scripture doesn't say husbands pursue your passions. It says husbands love your wives as Christ loved the church. That is a cruciform love, a love that lays something down so that another can rise. And if you want to be a man of wisdom, you can't just ask, what do I get from this? You must also ask, what does it cost the people who love me? So if you're going hunting this season, you can still do it with integrity, but you have to lead before you leave. So, a couple of tips. Number one, sit down and plan together. Ask, what do you need done before I go? While I'm gone? When I get back? Invite her to speak into the circumstances more so that you can help. You have to understand what she needs. Number two, clear the deck. So handle those house projects that need to get done that make the house more efficient and more peaceful for her and the kids. This is really important before you leave to wrap up those loose ends. Also, help create extra margin for her. Take the kids, go to the park for extra hours, things like that, and allow her the time to relax and prep the meals and stock the fridge and do the laundry and handle the errands in peace the way that she would enjoy before you leave. Number three, make relational deposits. You should do these always. I mean, as a husband, you should constantly be making relational deposits, but be increasingly intentional in these times. Date her, write her a note, pray over her. Number four, Leave with intention. Don't sneak out before dawn with nothing spoken to your wife or your kids. Let your kids see you pray together, hug her, kiss her, bless her and your home and them. Even if it has to be done the night before, leave with intention. Don't just skate out. And when you walk back through that door, remember that you are not owed rest. Sure, take some time to breathe, unpack, and all that, but then fully engage. Thank your wife for the opportunity to go because she did sacrifice so that you could go. So be grateful and thank her. Listen to her about how things went for her while you were gone before you start unloading about your trip. Ask what was hard while you were gone, or if there's anything that you need to help with immediately, because there might be things that have built up that need to get tackled right away. Don't tell her about the 10-point buck until you've ensured that she feels seen, important, and cherished. That's the primary goal here. And so if you want your family to celebrate your next hunt, make your return something that they look forward to, not something that they dread. And by all means, pray earnestly that God helps you fill the freezer so that the trip can bless the family with food. Every strong man, he needs boundaries for his passions. Maybe this is where we want to end with this. There's a few things worth considering. Number one, I think you need to cap your trips. Decide what a sustainable number of days away is and adjust it with each season based on your family's life. Don't keep it the same all the time without adjustments. Number two is block out sacred dates. Birthdays, anniversaries, holidays, they're off limits. Hunting is not more important than your family and the major holidays. Just it isn't. And so whether or not your wife says it's okay, you should use wisdom and you should not go. The next one is alternate long and short hunts, right? So trade one of your big trips for several local mornings and just change it up so that it's not this 2 weeks gone every year in a block of 14 days that your wife is just exhausted by. Alternate and change it up. Number four, invite her in. Take your spouse scouting. Let her experience it if your kid situation allows for it. But take your kids too. Do a family hunt day. Let this become something that everybody enjoys so that when dad is gone, they're excited for what he's experiencing and they're grateful that he gets to go experience that. And then lastly, step back when it's needed. If the home is under unique strain, choose to skip this year and stay home. You'll live. Don't be selfish. It's not that important. So here's a few things to consider. How many days were you gone last year? Just process. Go back through and think about all the prep work and all the days you were gone and what you did. Ask yourself, did I actively make her feel cherished? Or did she just endure those times that we were gone? And you might say, I feel closer to God in nature, and that's good. But the truest test of closeness to God is not found in a tree stand. It's in how you love the people under your own roof. And also, if you carefully read scripture, pray, and find silence with the Lord and do other spiritual disciplines on a daily basis, maybe you won't need your hunting trip quite as much for those things. Just saying. I'm not saying hunting is the enemy, right? Again, I go hunting. It's a gift. It's a way to touch the wild and remember that we are part of God's creation. But marriage and fatherhood is the higher call. And if your time in the woods is forcing your home to survive instead of thrive, consider what you can do differently to make it a time of thriving instead. So this is just one example of an area or a topic that with a little bit of rethinking can be handled in a completely different way as a father. And done so in a way where it brings thriving to your family. So to get a completely free crash course for fathers, head over to missionfit.co via the link in the description. And you'll have a lot more topics like this that we discussed. And please share and subscribe here on YouTube so that we can reach, serve, and support more Christian fathers.